Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Goodness Village podcast. Today, we have the fun opportunity to sit down with Goodness Village's very own vocational manager, Terri Kendro. Terri, how are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Hunter. I'm doing great.
It is a Tuesday morning here. The village is still waking up, so we are able to record before all the crazy hustle and bustle of the village really takes effect. Earlier today, we recorded with Shauna, which was wonderful. So I'm really excited to record back-to-back podcasts with you and with Shauna. It's a great way to start the day. But enough about me. Terri, you're the vocational manager at Goodness Village. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I'm the vocational manager at Goodness Village, and what that means is I get to teach the participants how to start working again and being part of a routine, learning different jobs so that hopefully in the future they can go out and get jobs outside of the village and be productive people in society again. It's really hard for people who have been homeless for years and years and years to punch a clock again or to be responsible or to stay on task. Some days it's like herding chickens, right? We're constantly, where are you at? How are you doing? You know,
Not just the literal chickens that we have on the property.
not just the little chickens. Yeah. I mean, these guys are learning, animal care, gardening, how to clean a house again, how to do their laundry. They're always learning something new and staying on task. And, they learn how to clean and do landscaping and gardening and chicken care, like I said.
There's so many opportunities here at the village for folks who keep their hands busy, right?
Right, because they're always we're on a farm, right? So there's so much open space out here, and then we have the older folks who do jobs too. I call them my silver strings, and we have jobs for them. They can do the Goodness Village store where they
Right.
sit and they can. It's not a big movie kind of job for them where they have to move around and bend and stoop like in pulling weeds and things outside. We have greeters where they get to come into the house and they sit in the community center, the yellow house, and they'll greet people as they come in, and they'll have people sign in that are coming in as guests. So those are my silver string, kind of jobs that I call that. And so I have to be creative. We have to be creative with the kind of jobs that we have because we have such a diverse community. But on top of all that, it helps them to become a community. It helps them to work together, get out of their tiny homes, and to just communicate with each other and get to know each other. And I'm seeing the most odd couples getting together and doing jobs that I never thought that they would be comfortable enough to do together. And it's pretty spectacular to see some of these people actually working together. It's like, well, that's something new. And I love seeing that because they grow together as a community. Like I said, they don't sit in their houses all day. And, at one time out of 28, I had 27 of them on the roster working for me. And so that's pretty remarkable just to be able to get people out of their homes to come and try and do something or just get out. And, we have the lady that does her dog park. She runs the dog park, and she cleans up the poop, and she's got the poop scoop. And
there's a job for everybody.
There's a job for everybody here.
Now,
Yeah.
why would somebody be enrolled in the vocational program at Goodness Village in the first place?
Right. So the vocational program gives them an opportunity to help with their program fees. And so
They don't live here for free?
no, absolutely not. That's kind of the cool thing is that they don't live here for free, right? They work for something. They're working towards something, which they haven't had to do in a long time. And so with that comes pride of ownership. There's a lot of them here that only get a certain amount of hours per month, but they will far exceed those hours just because of where they live and how they want to keep it up and how they want to give back to what we're doing for them. So it's definitely not just a handout. They don't live here for free. They're actually working towards even possibly getting jobs outside of here. We have a few people that have moved on and work outside the village and then still come back and work in the vocational program on the weekends. Some of them come back after their jobs outside the village and work some more in the program. So in the vocation program. So
Yeah, I'm thinking about, and I'm comfortable saying his name, Johnny, because Johnny was on the podcast for season 1,
Yeah.
and he talked about his work, his experience working here in the village, but also now working out in the community. Just he has a normal 9 to 5 job. Can you share at least a little bit of that experience from the from your perspective with working with Johnny, from when he first moved in to enrolling him in the vocational program here to supporting him as he launches off into essentially his own career offsite, has nothing to do with Goodness Village. He's just, like I said, working his 9 to 5. Can you kind of talk through what that looked like for you?
Absolutely. Johnny was like, I call him my first protege because he struggled before trying to hold down a job out in the community in retail grocery, where the schedules are all over the place. And for Johnny, he works better in a scheduled environment. And so Johnny did well in tier 1 in the program because there's 4 tiers to the program, and tier 1 is vocation where they're just getting used to working again, and like it's like that onion, right? They have to kind of like look around and see what's going on and gain some trust in the people that are around them, and then they start showing up, and then they start expanding. And Johnny went from tier 1 doing really well, showing up every day, wanting to do more work, like, hey, Terri, what are we doing today, every day? And then he moved into tier 2, which is a stipend position that works with Crosswinds. And he then got on Crosswinds payroll as a janitorial person. And so that started him now working outside of Goodness Village, like a stepping stone to his working the Goodness Cafe cart on Sundays, doing coffee, and just opening up, because Johnny was quite shy and very like introverty when he started these jobs, and now he's opens up, he talks to people. It's super amazing. And then an opportunity came along for Johnny to work outside of Goodness Village.
We can shout him out. Don't worry.
At Logo Boss.
Logo Boss. Shout out Logo Boss.
Yeah, shout out to Logo Boss. And so I went and I met with Logo Boss and found out what the position was and how it was going to work, and that I would be the point person between Johnny and them. If there were any problems, I check on Johnny here and there, maybe every 3 months, just see how he's doing. And sometimes I'll get an email from his supervisor there saying how great of a job he's doing. And so he's thriving there as a screen printing apprentice for t-shirts and you name it. They do all kinds of cool stuff for advertising of companies. So he's doing great there. And I see him, luckily I get to see him every night when he comes home from work, and he always comes and checks in with me. And we sit down and we'll talk for a little while about his day. And he's very grateful for the opportunity that Goodness Village gave him, and that I gave him to open up and to learn and to stick by him and to tell him that he was doing a good job and that he could do it. And so I think that's another part of my job where I get to build them up again from being a piece of gum on the bottom of someone's shoe of value out on the streets because people just walk by them and they mean nothing, and to bring them here and show them that, boy, you pulled that weed really well. Even the smallest little affirmations to them help to start building that confidence in themselves again, to where they start opening up as people again, and they start to trust us because we show up every day where, they don't have a whole lot of people out there on the streets that show up for them every day that aren't trying to hurt them, or, you're always on a flight or fight mode, because I have lived experience from being on the streets and being on drugs and substance abuse. And so I know what it's like to live out there. It's hard and you can't trust. And so what we provide here to them makes them open up as people. And then they can start working on other stuff, that they have, their mental health, their whatever other things that are bothering them or put them to where they are. We can help with all their medical and all that kind of cool stuff. So I wish I had Guinness Village when I was homeless. Like, it's a golden ticket. There was nothing out there like what we do here. And I've been through the broken program that they have out there, the tiny sheds and the porta potties, and it'll never work, whatever they're doing out there. But what we do, I think, is sustainable, and it will work. And I'm seeing that every day that I come here now in the last 3 years that I've been here. It's amazing to see. Some people are taking all the way till now to finally open up and exhale. And so,
yeah. Thank you for sharing. I know we're just talking about vocational stuff, but you sharing your story, a little bit about your background, is really important for folks to understand. So much of what we do at the Village is built on trust, right? And when I got to talk with Shawnette on the other episode of the podcast, we talked about the building of trust and building rapport within the community to really show our neighbors that this is home. This is a place where you can feel safe and comfortable and trust the people around you, the staff, other neighbors, volunteers, people that come through here. And kind of that idea of trust permeates all aspects of what we do at Goodness Village through the housing program with Shawnette, what you get to do with the vocational program, what Jade and our support staff do with support. It's all built on trust. And all those things point towards community. Yeah. You brought up a little bit ago the pride of ownership around here.
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, I think when people have something that is, because they don't have anything, when you're on the street, you'll see people accumulate a lot of things, right? It's part of because they don't have anything. So every time they get something, they just hoard it.
Yeah.
And I think now that they have four walls and a door, and they're acclimated to that, and they have a nice little neighborhood, they take care of it really well. Like they want it. So pride of ownership is keeping your tiny home clean, keeping the outside of it nice, making sure that the weeds and the bushes and things in the village are nice in your neighborhood, right? So they're taking care of their neighborhood. And it gives them something to hold on to. Just like you said, like the community. We're kind of family, which they don't have, like catastrophic loss of family, right? We're rebuilding that with them, and we become their family, and their pride of ownership is keeping everything that they have here nice. And they kind of like your own little slice of the world, your own little corner of the world. They get to take care of it, and it's theirs, so they take pride in owning it. Yeah, it's like owning their own little piece of the world.
And I've seen that, you saying theirs, it's a collective ownership. Mm-hmm. It's not one person in their one tiny house. It's neighbors taking care of the walkways and the communal spaces around here. Yeah. We have neighbors bringing in their friends that are currently unhoused to show them, hey, this is my home. This is where I get to be. Come and visit me and hang out. We have a process to make sure everyone's safe when they come outside.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, the pride of where people live here is so evident.
Yeah, they bring people here to show off where they're at, to, they're proud to say, this is where my home is, this is my new home. And what I'm finding and seeing now too is that people are bringing people here from outside of the village that they know, their friends, and they're volunteering to help with the work around here.
Yes.
Which makes me so happy because, they're even coming to me now that they don't live here. They're friends of people who live here and say, hey, Terri, what can we do today? What are you working on today? And they want to step up and help. And for me, it makes me feel like this is such a nice place for people to come to, that they're comfortable. They're happy. Yeah. They would rather be here than sitting out on a street corner or in a tent or getting into some kind of ruckus outside of here, because that's what you do all day when you're homeless. You're just running amok. And so to be able to come here and having people from the outside come here and wanting to hang out here, and it shows what we're doing is good, right? Goodness Village. And so that makes me happy. They come hang out with the chickens, and they come, help paint barns and and chicken coops and lay really pavers. Village, right? It really takes a village, and now we're finding that outside villagers want to come into and hang out. And, that's pretty cool for me. Like that they come and they want to hang out
Yeah.
here.
Well, we're still currently in phase 1 of Goodness Village with our 28 tiny houses. And I don't know if we need much more evidence to show
This is
our bigger community that we need more houses. We need more people because clearly people want to be part of what we have built here.
Right.
What we have built here, what the Tri-Valley has built here, whether that's local cities, organizations, or individual donors. Like everyone's taking pride of what we're able to do here.
Yeah.
So we just need to grow, and we gotta.
Yeah, and it takes a bigger, vast community outside of us to help our
absolutely.
tiny community, right? We big bank take little bank. That that song, like it's kind of like that. Like we need the outside village to help our tiny village to grow and see that it works so much better than anything that they have going out there that keep failing, and it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
So, come take a look. Come take a tour. Come
Yes.
see what we do. And we're nonprofit, so we need all the help we can get. And
Anyone that's
and I'm not scared to ask for that help. I see people all the time in where I live in San Leandro, and they know nothing about Livermore and the Tri-Valley, out here, and what we're doing for homelessness. They're seeing in their own backyard. But when I tell them about what we do, they are so interested in what we are doing. They want to come out from far away to come see what we're doing here, because I can't tell you how much I believe in it and how it will work. Right. And they come out here and they're just like, wow.
Yeah.
They go to our website, check us out,
Yeah.
And I get lots of donations through that too. Like people will come and, I've got people out here, landscaping companies that I just go and tell them about our story, and they come and they're like, what do you need? And we get a lot of donations that way. And I think that's great, because I think that people do care. They just need to know about us.
If anybody that's listening needs to know more about us, feel free to visit our website, gvlivermore.org. And we love to host a tour. Come by and see what we're all about. I'd love to get anybody that's listening connected to our team just to spread the good word of Goodness Village. Terri, I think that's a good place to leave it for today. Thank you for sitting down with me and spending some time and sharing your story and your heart and what Goodness Village really means to you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Hunter. No problem.
Thanks for listening to the Goodness Village podcast. Production and recording was done by the Village's operations team and in collaboration with Crosswinds Church. Music was created by Club 88 member AJ Parr. If you want to know more about Club 88, this podcast, or Goodness Village, please visit our website at gvlivermore.org. Thanks again for listening to The Good Pod.